Okay, boom. What up, guys? We're live. We finally made it. It's the fantasy football playoffs. It's the NFL Fantasy Today show. I'm your host at John Mo Sales. I got the orders weird here. I got Jason to my left. I got Brian below me, and it's on, guys. I guess we made it. Is it Jubilee? What's the emotion here? Just like release?
Relief is the proper term. I mean, especially when you get to like the dog days of the fantasy regular season, you're just like praying that you can just get there, especially if your team has injuries, which if you have a quarterback, you probably have one, and probably just a whole lot of anything. So yeah, definitely relief of just getting there, and now it's go time.
Okay, Brian, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing else you can really do. Most of my teams are set. It's not like there's much good available on the waiver wire unless you are an A-chain owner, but I think the two leagues I'm in playoffs, I'm actually not even playing this week. So
yeah, it's kind of one of those. It's like I'm here. It's week 15. I've spent so much time trying to get my teams in the playoffs, and now I feel like I don't have enough to play for. Like a couple of my big money leagues, I just narrowly missed it, and it's like I don't know. I wish I had more stakes on the line for week 15. But that's why best ball is great, right, Brian? We were just talking about that. You didn't do so well, but it's crazy. So you have to come top 2 in your top 12 league, or sometimes top 3, then to get to week 15, and then you got to come top 2 in your pod again to move to week 16.
I think. I mean, every league is different.
But essentially, that's the fundamental, right?
Yeah, like I think one of the ones that I'm in, I have to be 1 of 6.
Oh, what's it? Okay.
Right, same thing, but yeah, you still got to be great, and you got to hope you have a nice stack for week 15, or you just get lucky that everyone else sucks.
Yeah. Like, have you even figured out the prevailing strategy for like? Are you stacking like early in the playoffs? Are you team stacking? Like, are you maybe hoping you're not like having some of the guys that are most heavily rostered? It's still kind of the Wild West to me.
Yeah, I think you kind of have to do a mix. Like, if you want to win money, I think you just get to the playoffs is the goal, kind of. If you want to win the whole thing, which is how you win a lot of money, that's when you have to go risky and stack a bunch. But you had to make that decision at the beginning of the season. Like, you did a Cincinnati stack, maybe you're feeling good now, but did you even make it to the playoffs?
No. Well, no, probably not.
Yeah, unless you happen to have Joe Flacco by accident. Like, you just kind of had to get lucky, which is...
Yeah, that's true. Flacco by accident would have helped. Jason, You got something?
I was going to say, I have a stack question that I want to propose to you guys for later in the show.
Just drop it now. You're in the top spot. Somehow you got promoted.
Yeah. Am I insane to have picked up Sam Darnold and stack him with JSN this week and play him over Jalen Hurts or Drake May?
Wow. I don't know, Brian. What's the model say? I mean, that stack's nice. Seattle's playing Indy. The problem is Indy might put up like 10 points, right? And Seattle defense is kind of carrying them. So if it's like 21-3 in that half, maybe Seattle's just running it. That'd be my only worry.
Yeah.
I got them pretty close in the rankings. I didn't finish all of it, so I don't have it up because I still got the last, Sunday night and Monday night to finish up. But yeah, I mean, I have Jalen Hurts barely over him, but I get it if you want to do it, especially with the stack. You add some extra pop, and if it's a playoff week, you might need that extra pop. The Indy, I have no clue what they're going to do. I don't even know who their quarterback's going to be. Feels like Brett Rippin at the moment. I don't think Phillips going to be ready.
I
think Rippin's third. I think it's Leonard and Leonard Rivers Ripien.
Did Leonard get hurt or?
He strained his knee. He's practicing full each of the last 2 days. But Shane Steichen has been very non-committal on this, which to me seems like he's leaning old man Rivers. I don't think you trust Leonard right now.
I mean, I wouldn't trust any of them. When was the last time River plays? 5 years ago.
They're just like maybe if like Rivers is playing at home to like Dallas or something, I could talk myself into it. But he's Seattle. There's just no chance. He's going to throw for maybe 150 yards, maybe 1 touchdown, multiple picks. Probably doesn't finish the game. Like I'd be starting position players over Rivers in superflex leagues, even if Rivers gets to start.
1,000%.
I would say it definitely is impacting my decision to start Michael Pittman Jr., which I will not be doing.
Yeah, I don't think you can't start Pittman. You can't start Pierce, which is crazy because Pierce has been insane. Warren's the only tough one, right? Because the Seahawks, right, they're 26 QB points allowed, 28th wide receiver, 29th running back, but of the 5th most tight end points. So the defense is always skewed to like allow, I guess, over the middle.
Well, somebody
Warren.
Somebody's gonna get theirs at some point, so yeah, it'll probably be Warren. But yeah, it does not bode well for my Jonathan Taylor stock either.
Well, Taylor maybe because at least they'll lean on him. I don't think they're it's not like he's gonna have 12 carries, right? But it's I was just doing some previews. It's weird matchups this week. Like Brian, I'd love to see you have the projection model handles. It's like it's Denver Green Bay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you starting any receivers in that game? Like,
I mean, I love Christian Watson. I think he's been killing it recently.
no, he has, but it's like okay, it's like pull him up here. Right, Packers 20 or sorry. Oh, okay. Broncos 21st in wide receiver points allowed, so at least there's a little margin there. And I think they're 32nd in running back points, so they're kind of you can't run on them, but you don't want to pass on them. I mean, I don't know. Like, are they going to get explosive plays with Surtain in there?
They could. Debo and Terry McLaurin had explosive plays against Denver a couple of weeks ago in that Sunday night game, so they can be had.
Okay, that makes me more optimistic. Because Love's been great. He's got 7 TDs in his last 2 games.
Yep.
I think.
You see the Toyota-thon stat or something?
Oh yeah, it is Toyota-thon. So
it's like whenever Toyota has their like Toyota-thon marketing campaign, he's like 33-1 touchdown to interception ratio, which is basically like December through January.
Okay, we're talking about Love.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. But so you'd start Watson, okay? But Jaden Reed, he came back. He had 3 for 30.
I mean, he's honestly my second choice, and then it would be Sutton. Would be 3.
Sutton, okay? Because in a different matchup, Pat Bryant is he's taken over that wide receiver 2 role from Troy Franklin.
Yeah.
Bryant, he'd be a sneaky play for me if they were playing like the Lions or something.
Yeah, he's somebody kind of keep on the bench. I just don't think this matchup is the one you want for him.
No, exactly though, right? But
you start RJ Harvey this weekend?
Yeah, he's gotten so much volume in that offense recently with Dobbins out.
Yeah,
I just think 50% rush share, and he'd probably get 10 to 15% target share. You just kind of have to start that.
I know, but
Sunday, that was. I mean, it wasn't for a ton of yards, but still 6 catches is 3 free points right there if you're half PPR.
And again, it's like we get stuck in these modes where what teams were. Packers have been amazing against the run all season, right? They've been stuffing teams. But now they're only 18th last 4 games. So it's like, okay, Harvey, I'm starting now. I think I moved him to the bench because I hadn't seen that stat yet over a Devin Neal. But yeah, Harvey's must start. As long as they're not the 28th best something, I'm comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Okay, what do we got? Let's keep moving here. Questions, guys. If you're on Twitter, jump over to YouTube. Drop us some questions. Start sit. It's week 15, right? This is it. And it's just there's tons of these crazy matchups. We got Thursday nighter tonight. We'll go into a little bit more later. But what would you do with Tampa? I mean, Chris Godwin's looked great. Ibuka's been great, but he's been terrible for the last month. And now we got Mike Evans back. Jalen McMillan might play. Jason, would you start any of them?
I have Ibuka on a team, and I'm not starting him. I do not feel comfortable at all, and I can live with it if he, happens to have a big game. But he's been struggling. He's also been struggling with drops, which is really tough. And they're going to try to force feed Mike Evans tonight to have a big game.
Well, they said Evans isn't going to play every snap, but yeah, I mean,
equal ones, and he'll get the rock.
Brian, so would you play Evans over Watson?
No, I would not. I don't see them force feeding him. I get it, the 1,000-yard thing. I just think that's
not a thing.
It's almost impossible. So
that's not a thing this year, but
I'm
involved.
I would start Watson over all of them.
Okay.
I would start Ibuka over probably Jaden Reed and who's the other one? Sutton.
Courtland Sutton, yeah.
Kind of the order I have.
Okay. And then Baker. Does Baker got a nice big bump for you because now he's maybe got his 4 wide receivers, or do you think maybe they need to work themselves in? It's tough when we don't know the hierarchy, right? Is it Evans Godwin? Does Emeka take a back seat? Jalen McMillan was their best kind of wide receiver before he got hurt, but he hasn't played all season. Obviously, we're not playing McMillan, but is Baker would you play Baker or Dak this week, Jason?
I'd play Baker. I think the Falcons' defense is a little too inconsistent. Actually, no. I take that back. I would play Dak because Dak. No. I take it back, and the reason I say Dak, he's only put up under 20 fantasy points once at home this season. He's just been he's absolutely been fantastic at home. I know the Vikings defense is good, but
Good.
Philadelphia's defense. No offense, Brian. We thought Philadelphia's defense was pretty dominant too, and he cooked them a couple weeks ago at home. He did really well against Kansas City's defense, which really rounds into form at this time of year. 4 days after that. So yeah, I trust Dak at home.
That's true, but okay, Vikings 32nd fantasy points allowed to QBs last 4 games. 31st wide receiver points. You can't throw on them. So it's like we see these defenses travel. Like Dak's not throwing for 300. It's just not happening, right? We saw the Chargers defense was elite last week, and Hurts had like the worst game anyone's ever had in fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still trust the guy who's had one bad game at home.
No, that's true. I get it. Brian, what would you do? Would you play like the talent in Dak, or would you try if you had a softer matchup? Like, would you play Brock Purdy against the Titans, who've given up the 3rd most points to QBs?
I mean, I think I'm playing Baker where I have him majority of spots. I haven't compared to Brock. Never mind. I guess Brock is. I didn't realize that matchup was so juicy. Brock would be number 1, then Baker, then Dak of those 3.
Okay. Because, I mean, this Falcons-Bucks game is sneaky, like, shootout. Bucks have given up the most QB points, the most. So where would you put Kirk Cousins in that, though? So, right? So if he's playing the worst pass defense in the league, Jason, who's like the best QB you would have him over?
Best quarterback I'd have Kirk Cousins over?
For this week, just this matchup.
To be honest, I wouldn't put Kirk Cousins over anyone at this point because he hasn't really proven he can do it right now. And now he also doesn't have Drake London. Unfortunately, God, I really wish we had Drake London for this matchup. There's not that many guys I'll put Kirk Cousins over right now. I'd definitely put him over JJ McCarthy. But
the Cowboys matchup's juicy too, right? So it's like if I'm getting JJ with Jefferson and Addison against a terrible secondary, I have to explore that, right? Talent and matchup. It's just the track record sucks.
Yeah, the track record isn't good, but also, Kirk Cousins right now McCarthy, the track record isn't good, and that's kind of my concern. Cowboys defense has been improved over the last few weeks, but they still give up points.
Their run defense has improved, so it's actually made them more of a pass funnel. So it's almost even better for McCarthy. Brian, where are you in that matchup over talent?
I mean, I don't like the Atlanta-Tampa Bay game. Projected points is not that high, so I don't really have it projected as a shootout. I get the potential for it, totally see it. I have JJ a good 2.5 points over Kirk. They're despite Atlanta. Actually, no, I'm pretty sure Minnesota's projected more points, and JJ can actually run a little. I'm not saying he's a good QB, but more points and a little bit more from the legs. Like Kirk Cousins giving you nothing there, so I think it's a pretty simple. If you're in a 2 QB league, I hope you're not starting them in a single QB league if you're in the playoffs.
Yeah, no, of course, Superflex. So what about Caleb, right? Caleb's playing the Browns, right? Browns are 30th in QB points allowed, 30th in wide receiver points allowed. Their pass rush win rate first, run stop win rate first, right? That's an elite D. Kirk Cousins over Caleb? Nobody's going Kirk?
No.
Okay. Maybe it's just me who's starting Kirk Cousins in a playoff Superflex league, and I'm desperate. But
Browns have been cooked the last 2 weeks by Brock and by Cam Ward.
Okay, yeah, that's true. I'm wondering why that stat hasn't kicked in then. Because this Falcons D is melting down, right? 4th in QB points allowed, so that's great for Baker. 2nd in wide receiver points. So somebody on Tampa's going off tonight, but nobody wants to play whack-a-mole and try and guess, because Mike Evans could score 2 touchdowns, right? Chris Godwin could.
The only problem is this Falcons defense, they just show up on random occasions. Remember when they played the Bills on that Monday night game and they just looked like absolute world beaters?
But that was early in the season, right? Like the defenses, shift and move, right? So they're trending down. Whereas the Chargers, there's these defenses that are so elite right now. I don't want to play anyone against them. I don't want to play anyone against the Chargers, the Vikings, Seattle.
Seattle, I think, is the one just completely stay away from. I would say the Rams to an extent too. They force turnovers, they get sacks, they get the occasional touchdown. I would say the other defenses are still playable against. The Chargers still give up points, but they get some turnovers. Granted, I don't think Hurts had his best. Obviously, not his best on Monday night. I think playing a Chiefs player against the Chargers Sunday isn't unsafe or reckless at all.
No, I'll play Rashee Rice, but Chargers are 29th in QB points allowed, 27th in wide receiver points. Like, these numbers track. It's not like Seattle's not just going to give up 300 yards. I bet none of these top four defenses are going to give up even 250 passing yards. I mean, but it's what do you do? Do you chase the talent in the guy that maybe got you there, or do you chase some juicy matchup like Darnell Mooney against Tampa? Is he must start for you guys?
No, I mean, I have him in a few leagues, and he's on my bench. I don't trust Kirk. I don't trust that offense other than Bijan, and honestly, Kyle Pitts. I think it's assuming he's good to go. I know he was a little banged up, but assuming he's good to go, he's been getting like 25% target shares. I think, as annoying as everyone has been with Kyle Pitts in his career, all the numbers point to top 5 option at tight end.
Okay.
I've made this mistake in the past of like chasing a matchup or chasing something and getting too cute, and I just tend to go with the guys who got me there unless there's like a real valid reason to do it. So I'm like trying to be way more intentional about it. I think my thought process on Darnold is that Hurts hasn't been good for a few weeks, and Lane Johnson's going to be out again. The Eagles clearly struggle without Lane Johnson. I think Drake May didn't have the I don't think Drake May had the best fantasy game against Buffalo the last time they played, and it'll probably be a difficult weather game, so I don't know how much they're going to really sling it around. So I think, Darnold and JSN could pop is my thought process there. If May had been, just going nuclear, or Hurts had been going nuclear for a while, I'd just stick with them. The rest of my lineup, though, is kind of similar, other than, I got to figure out how to not start Michael Pittman with Drake London.
Okay. But Hurts is playing Raiders.
They are playing the Raiders, but I mean their offense has struggled, and who's going to block Max Crosby?
Yeah, but Raiders been terrible. Well, not that terrible. 21st in QB points allowed. But like, what do you put in when there's like an outlier stat? So like the Raiders they're giving up the least amount of points to tight ends recently. Would that take you off Goddard? No. Okay. So you guys aren't really buying, the recency defense and trend. You're going to play your guys, which is fine. There's no right answer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the playoffs. Like, you can't be too cute with it, in my opinion. I get, like, when you're choosing between your flex positions, I think that's the ones where, all right, matchup. But, like, am I benching Devontae Smith or A.J. Brown? Probably not. Like,
no.
I don't know. I'm thinking of another –
Cardinal. Okay, we got the Cardinals, right? Let's say we got Michael Wilson at Texans, right? Texans defense elite, 23rd fantasy points. Or would you rather Terry McLaurin playing the Giants? Giants are one of the worst defenses in the league, right? They're giving up the 4th most wide receiver points. So would you play with Michael Wilson and Marvin Harrison Jr. or Deebo Samuel and Terry McLaurin?
Give me the Washington guys. That Texans defense is another avoid right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know. Is Marvin Harrison playing?
Probably not. He didn't practice, and they might soft bench him, Yeah,
if he's not playing, I might do Wilson over both, just because he's been overly targeted by Brissett, and like you could just volume your way to like 7 for 70, which is 14 points, and that's pretty solid. Or it's 10.5 and a half PPR. Like, I don't hate that at all, and I think it's a bit safer than Deebo and Terry, but I think the upside's more with Deebo and Terry.
Okay. Here's another one. Guess the team. 31st in QB points allowed, 29th in wide receiver points allowed, 30th in tight end points allowed. Guess the defense. You won't guess it.
Chiefs?
No.
Tennessee?
Well, we just did Tennessee was a bad defense, but you get the game at least.
Niners?
No, that would have been funny, but they suck. The Saints.
They're just injured.
Like, isn't that crazy? So sometimes it's also like these numbers, you got to dive a little deeper. It's just matchup, right? Like, so Carolina's playing the Saints. Would that scare you off Tet? Would that scare you off Bryce in 2 QB leagues?
No. I mean, I think like Tet gets so much volume, you kind of have to play him. Bryce Young is, I hope he's your 3rd QB. If not, like, who else do you have?
I have Bryce first.
And you're in the playoffs.
I know.
God was good to you, but like, I don't know what else to say.
I'm a great GM. I fucking navigated craziness. All right, guys, I see some questions filling up. We're going to get to them in a second, right? If you're on Twitter, jump over to YouTube. Hit us up with some questions. Start to sit, right? It's playoffs. Let's do one more. Let's see. Let's find a nice juicy one that you wouldn't think. Okay, what team is 32nd? What defense? 32nd in wide receiver points allowed. Again, you would not guess it.
Packers?
What's a team that just gets run all over?
Packers are a great defense. You would guess that. You don't get the game, Jason.
It's a team that just gets run all over, which
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who that is as I scroll.
Bunch of LSU studs.
Jackson? No, it's not Jacksonville.
Bills?
Jason, who's on LSU on the Bills?
Oh, Bengals.
There we go. Bengals, right?
Mm.
They are the worst team in the history of defenses against tight ends, right? We just saw Jackson Hayes scored. Dawson Knox had a big game. Dalton Kincaid scored, right? So, and you can run on them. It's just, but wide receivers, for some reason, they're elite wide receivers. So, like, Zay Flowers, I think you benched this week because, like, that's one of those stats. That's a real stat that's playing out week over week. No wide receivers are going off versus the Bengals. Everybody else is.
Isaiah Likely, big week.
Like, I'd have Isaiah Likely as like a what?
Maybe he'll hang on to the ball crossing the goal line this time.
Yeah. I have Likely. He'd be my third, maybe my third tight end. Like, would you rather play Isaiah Likely or Trey McBride? McBride playing at Houston.
I would play any tight end against the Bengals right now. I've definitely had some success playing tight ends against the Bengals.
Right?
I don't have the balls to bench McBride. I'd probably just, for sake of my sanity, just put Likely in at flex over McBride. But
what if you had Andrews and Likely? Would you play both?
Yeah, assuming the rest of my team, I didn't have like another flex I really loved. Yes, I would.
Okay.
But I mean, look at last week. Pretty sure all 3 tight ends scored on the Bills.
I don't think Knox scored.
No, Knox did score.
Oh, really? Yeah, I picked him up. I didn't play him. I wouldn't have won. Let's get some questions here. At Connor B. LaRose, 1 wide receiver, 1 flex, 1 tight end. Mike Evans, Ladd, Likely, Theo, Tyrone Tracy, Chris Rodriguez, full PPR. Okay. Jason, give me the wide receiver. Ladd?
Yeah.
Brian, we like Ladd, even though he had a down week. Herbert sucks. Chiefs have kind of historically been good versus number 1 wide receivers, but they're 7th in wide receiver points allowed. Okay. Ladd's our wide receiver. Tight end.
I mean, Cooper DeJean just shut him down, so I wouldn't worry about that.
Yeah, we'll have a much better week this week.
Yeah, okay. And then Likely, we just talked about him. Likely's our tight end, right? It would have to be Bowers or McBride for us to entertain something differently?
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Okay, flex. All right, Jason, who are we flexing here? So Tyrone Tracy's probably
Theo Johnson to flex against Washington.
Really? That seems kind of crazy.
Full PBR. He gets, like 7 to 8 targets a game.
Okay, but the playing the Commanders, they allow the 2nd most running back points. Like, I think Tyrone Tracy is like a top 10 play this week. Like, if you got a team that can't defend the run, Giants kind of like to run. I'd be worried about the Jackson Dart running in for touchdowns, but like, I'd have to have like a Bijan Henry stack to not play Tyrone Tracy. Brian, where do you got him ranked?
I mean, he's way higher than I expected. I don't have the full rankings because I have one more game to do out, but I need to adjust his percentages a little bit just because I didn't realize Singletary's kind of been eaten into it a little bit more, but I have him over like 11 to 12 points. So I think he's a great play this week. I think even Chris Rodriguez is pretty good.
So Chris Rodriguez or Tracy? Because the Giants are terrible against the run too. 5th most running back points.
Tracy, because he gets some pass game work.
Okay, cool. Jason, you still on Theo Johnson Island? You're all low there.
Well, on Theo Johnson Island. Dude, there's no new bombshells entering this villa.
All right, Arthur Cirillo, my man, what up? Hope we all made the playoffs. I did. The 18-man. I love this league. 18-man. 1 PPR, 6-point pass touchdown. Okay, Jacoby Myers, Chris Rossi, or Tyrone Tracy. So it's really, we like Tracy over Rodriguez, but Brian, do we like Jacoby Myers more than Tracy? Jacoby Myers has been really good lately.
Full PPR, yes, I do like him over.
Okay. And like the Jets defense.
It's very close, and I get it if you're in between, but like I could flip a coin and be fine with it between Myers and Tracy, but I like Jacoby. His numbers have been looking great. The only thing that slightly scares me is Parker Washington might be making his way back, and they kind of work in the same area. Okay. And Lawrence did like Parker Washington when he was playing, but I don't know. To me, it's just screaming Myers.
I mean, he's wide receiver 17, wide receiver 11, wide receiver 17 finish. He scored in 3 straight. It's really tough for me. Jason, do you have a lean here? Because like Tracy, it's really hard for me to bench Tracy. I like running backs over wide receivers in general.
Well, I did just choose a tight end over a running back. In the rare occasion. So I'll stay consistent here. I'll go with Myers too. That Jets defense is so bad.
But it's not though. Right? It's
0.25 per carry though.
Okay.
That changes things a little bit.
Yeah, right. Now that I reread that, I think I'd go Tracy just because it was a coin flip in just regular PPR. So sorry for the confusion. I'm going Tracy.
Jacoby Myers did have 3 carries last week.
Yeah, so I'm chasing the ceiling here and going Myers.
Okay. But that Jets defense, it's actually not that bad. They're 26 wide receiver points allowed last 4 weeks, right? So it's like they traded Sauce, they traded Quinn and Williams, and they've kind of hung on. But then it's like who have they been playing? I feel like they haven't played any explosive quarterbacks.
I also think they've got run on like to death. So you don't have to pass if you can just run it 6 yards a carry every time. Like I think losing Quinnen almost hurt the pass, like hurt the run D more than losing Sauce hurt the pass D.
Yeah, that's probably true. And then Arthur says, so the weather looks horrible, right? In the Chicago game. Chicago-Cleveland, weather looks bad. The Browns defense bad. I mean, Phillip Rivers, I don't think it's a conversation, but it's scary that it almost is.
Yeah, it's not.
Like, what if it was hail and 70 mile per hour or 30 mile per hour winds? Caleb, right? I just think I don't think you can start Phillip Rivers. I think I guess 18-man, the wire. I mean, it's tough because I mean, what does Caleb even have a ceiling this week? Although Jason, you just mentioned the Browns D kind of got lit up lately, so maybe it's having a little bit of a fade.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's more. I think the upside. I think the floor and the ceiling with Caleb here. We haven't seen Phillip Rivers play quarterback in 5
years. Yeah, and even then it wasn't good.
Yep, and now he's got to do it against that Seattle defense on the road.
Yeah. And then we've seen
fantasy footballers call him. I think they call him P Rivers.
I don't get it. P what?
Because it's just like peeing in a river. Like it's just very bland.
Oh, okay. I mean, he was great, in 2015, I guess. He still would have been 34. Jesus, he's still 34. That's crazy. And also, but the Browns defense we've seen, they don't really travel. I remember last season, unbelievable at home, and then when they go on the road, they're giving up 30. I fell victim to that in the playoffs.
We got cooked at home twice in a row. So
okay. So yeah, and maybe Caleb runs a little bit more, but yeah, I agree. It's a little scary though. All right, KJ Frederick, what's up, guys? Need some help? Better start QB. Bo Nix or Aaron Rodgers or JJ McCarthy? 1 QB league. Okay. Oh, Jason, you got a lean here.
I mean, if we're playing strictly the matchup right now, matchup plus talent, you've got to kind of go Aaron Rodgers because the Dolphins still give up points. The Steelers are at home. It looks like they're going to have their full complement of skill players. And the Dolphins, just tend to struggle in colder weather. So my lean here would be Aaron Rodgers.
Wow. I mean, I guess. But I mean, the Dolphins, they're what?
I was just making fun of your wow. But
Dolphins are 32nd running back points last 4 weeks. So they're a bit of a pass funnel. For some reason, I'm leaning JJ McCarthy. Bri, do you have – I mean, Nix is obviously the best QB. But, again, that matchup's brutal.
I lean Bo.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
Wow. Who's the actor that I can't think of that does the wows?
Keanu Reeves? He does the whoa.
Why? Never mind. I'll think of it. The guy with the crooked nose.
Character.
But no, Bo. I just think he runs a little bit more. Aaron Rodgers. The only thing that does intrigue me a little is I was watching that game and like it looked like a completely new offense where they actually threw it deep to DK, and that was like, oh, maybe this is why we actually brought in DK is to throw the ball down the field to him. So that's the only part where it's like, all right, if you really believe that, sure, I get it, A-Rod, just because that kind of created a whole new piece to the Steelers offense being able to do that. But I think Bo is the safest start in a playoff matchup just because of the legs.
Yeah, that's probably true. I mean, Packers, it's just, at least he's at home. I'm leaning J.J. McCarthy just because, like, the Cowboys defense, second most QB points allowed, third most wide receivers. Like, if Justin Jefferson is ever going to have a good game, it's here.
Yeah. It's just, it's J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah, he's pretty hard to trust at this point.
Okay.
He's had his moments. He has shown flashes on the road, though. Like, his two best games have been on the road.
Okay, that's a little sliver. So
J.J. McCarthy for me is a great second option at QB because, like, if you're in a 2 QB league, I think if this is second QB in a 2 QB league, I think I might go him just because, I think the upside, it might be the highest with him just because of the matchup. But if I'm like, again, that's like if I'm going strictly upside, I think JJ's the guy. If I'm going safety, I think I would lean Bo.
Yeah, that's fair. Because I think earlier in the season, wasn't the best QB in fantasy whoever was playing Dallas?
Yeah.
And then now with Quinn and Williams, you can't run on them. So I just, but Justin Jefferson's been terrible. Maybe he's secretly hurt, right? Maybe he's
Kansas City averaged 5 yards a carry against them.
What?
Kansas City averaged 5 yards a carry against Dallas in that Thanksgiving game. Yeah, they had 20 carries for over 100 yards. And Gibbs had 3 touchdowns last week. Granted, they were shorter touchdowns and they didn't have like the most yardage, but they're not impenetrable.
That's true. That's a good point. They were 32nd a couple of 2 weeks ago, but now they're just the 21st. So, but just second QB, third wide receiver. It just screams to me like, and I get Justin Jefferson. With the stacks, if he had Justin Jefferson or maybe Hawk or Jordan Addison, would that skew you back to JJ McCarthy? Anyone?
A little bit. If you're chasing ceiling, then sure.
Because if you're starting Justin Jefferson, you may as well start JJ McCarthy, right? Because like Jefferson's been so bad, if you start Jefferson and he sucks, you're probably out.
Yeah, I mean you have to win the league. Like you can't just lose, like average your way into a victory. I mean, maybe you get super lucky, but like you do have to take some.
If I had drafted McCarthy, though, he was probably my second quarterback, and I probably have a better option as well. I started Addison over Ibuka this week.
I think I don't know. I play Addison. I got to chase the matchup. Although Ibuka matchup's great, but man, that's tough. Man, that is.
Yeah, it's a tough. Like if this were Sunday, it'd feel a lot different. But Thursday to Sunday is like, oh.
Brian, would you want to maybe just get some knowledge? Maybe you play Ibuka just to see, what you get, and it can affect maybe, your information is power. But he's probably
I would go Ibuka over Addison for sure.
For sure.
He's been unlucky. A bunch of the throws coming his way just haven't been the best, and then even like I just feel like he's kind of due for a game.
These are his finishes.
Still come to him.
Wide receiver 76, wide receiver 43, wide receiver 51, wide receiver 44. Like
I didn't say he was great. I said he was due.
Okay, due. I agree he's due. Okay, let's keep going here. All right, same guy. Better flex start. Mike Evans, Rico Dowdle, Tyrone Tracy, or Chris Rodriguez. A lot of Tyrone Tracy, Chris Rodriguez teams. Jason, anyone? I mean, Chase said Mike Evans ceiling or that Rico ceiling. It was tough for me.
I was saying now it sounds like Chuba Hubbard's actually going to get a re-increased role again in the backfield, and also it's like you said, chasing a matchup here. New Orleans is 32nd against running backs or receivers. Sorry.
Yeah.
But they've been good against the run too. Like they're in the top 3 against the run right now for running backs. So yeah,
13th running back points. So they've been giving up running back points, but I don't trust that stat with the Saints. I can't imagine their defense is actually that good.
I don't think their defense is good at all. other than Cam Jordan. But
Yeah.
right now, I'd probably go Tracy here.
I would agree.
Okay.
I mean, we've already kind of done the Tracy, Chris Rodriguez, and Rico scares me with how much Chuba was involved. And I mean, he looked great the last week, and then they had a bye week. So, like, it's just hard to tell, given the bye week in between, to see if, I guess that was week 13, if it was an anomaly or if Hubbard is going to get more of the work. So I think Tracy is the best option.
Let's see, where's Tracy ranked? Let's see, I mean, I don't watch the Giants, but he's Tracy, running back 54 against the Pats, where you can't run on them, 12 against Detroit, 14 Green Bay. So he's had 3 terrible matchups: Green Bay, Detroit, and the Pats. So I think like Tracy could be due, where like we just saw RJ Harvey's had these 2 great weeks in a row against these terrible defenses.
I mean, didn't you just say 14 and 12? Like, that's a starting week every week.
No, he played well, but the matchups were terrible, right?
Mm.
Yeah. So I think Tyrone Tracy, like, he's okay, but I'd play him over Barkley. Like, I think Tracy's gonna explode this week. Barkley sucks, bro.
Last week, did he?
Did he?
I mean, outside of one run, he was by and large inefficient.
Did he not go over
RB6? Oh wow, he had is Barkley back? Okay, maybe not. Okay,
although I did say he was going to have a monster second half.
Okay. Maybe I take it back. Maybe. Okay. Frosty 126. Godwin or Bird in PPR. This is tough. Not sure if Odunze's playing, but Godwin plays tonight, so I can't wait. Agreed. Well, let's say Odunze's playing. Is anyone Godwin?
I'm Godwin.
If Odunze plays, you're Godwin. So you're Godwin. Oh, wait. Okay, yeah. Bri?
I'm looking it up.
Odunze's trending towards playing. He practiced limited today, which is usually a good sign. So I would presume that Rome's going to be able to go.
I think I'm Burden.
Well, OB3.
Oh, I got a call. My audio didn't get synced up. Let's start that again. So, Brian, where are you?
I think I'm with Burden.
Really? Even we just had the other question. The weather's going to be terrible. The defense is pretty good. Might not travel. Like, Godwin's got this great matchup, and he's looked really good for 2 weeks.
I don't know what it is. I just think I'm Burden. This might be my one vibes pick of the year.
There he is. Finally.
I mean, he's just been getting more and more involved. Him and Loveland, ever since the bye week, have just kind of been more and more involved. Even if Odunze plays, like, I think he'll see more work. He's taking a bit more of DJ Moore's manufactured touches. But Odunze is going to be banged up. Like, I'm leaning towards Burden. I could completely hate this, and I'll never go vibes again, but.
No, and I love Burden. I think he's a great stash. I think the right matchup, I'd have him super high. He's a guy like Patrick O'Brien. His role is growing every week. We've seen rookie wide receivers. They pop around now. They trust him. His snap share. Everything's trending in the right direction. But, I mean, Godwin was the wide receiver 2 in fantasy points per game last year before he got hurt, right? And he's had, I think, back-to-back games, 50 yards. He had 8 or 9 targets last week. But we got Evans back, Abuka, maybe Jalen McMillan. Who knows what they do.
Also, Bucky Irving's back, too. That also impacts target share.
Yeah, I agree. I would probably play Godwin because I don't want to be forced if that weather looks crazy bad on Sunday. Like, I don't trust Caleb. Bad weather, bad matchup. It's tough. Why is Myers the Jags wide receiver 1, but not Brian Thomas Jr.? I don't know. Brian, you got a stat? You got a science answer? Get back to science instead of vibes.
I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel like rumors are BTJ's been hurt, kind of dealing with injuries throughout the season, just banged up the whole season. I think Myers is also a very good wide receiver. You've seen, like, last year when he had, I don't even know if it was competent QB play, but it was better apparently than Geno Smith. Like, he did really well. I think Myers is just an underrated wide receiver, and I think BTJ is a little banged up and potentially maybe he had his best season as a pro in his rookie season.
Possible. Jason, where did Myers go to college?
I believe he went to Florida.
Okay, and BTJ?
He went to LSU.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, wide receiver U. Well, depending on who you ask.
So what would you do with this? Myers scored in 3 straight, but I think BTJ had 86 yards, but he only had 3 grabs. This is like the great best question. Like, who would you play if you had both?
I'm probably going Myers at this point. Yeah, I think Brian's right in that. I think there's still some lingering effects from some of the injuries, the ankle and the wrist that BTJ has been dealing with, and caused some mistrust. I feel like BTJ's year this year was what I felt like he was going to be last year. I felt this was the kind of season he was going to have in his rookie year, and then year 2 was when he was going to make the leap. But yeah, the injuries have definitely held him back, and I still think he's dealing with it in a way. And plus, the Jets' run defense is, like you said, not good. So that's also going to eat into his share too, with ETN and Tootin and Strange being back.
Okay, but it's just tough because, like Brian, we always talk about don't play first game back. He had that high ankle sprain. So 2 weeks ago, Tennessee, he had 3 targets, 28 yards. But last week, 6 targets, 3 grabs, 87 yards. Like that's kind of essentially what we've been waiting for. It just seemed kind of crazy to bench BTJ, and then he has the 120-yard 2 touchdown games, and we can all say obviously.
But like, when has that happened this year?
None. It hasn't.
That's kind of my thing. Is like, it's playoffs now. Is this? If I lose because the player who hasn't performed whatsoever this whole season goes off, that's unlucky. Scratch it up to not like. It happens, that happens all the time in fantasy, and it sucks, but I'm not going to try to win my league on some crazy pool.
Okay. What if maybe you were projected, like say you're projected 120, the other guy was 140, you maybe chase that BTJ ceiling, but Myers has also scored in 3 straight. So like maybe he's got floor, ceiling, and the whole bang.
Yeah, I just don't really think there's a question for me in who I'm starting.
Okay.
I get it. If you just love it, you're a big LSU guy, by all means, more power to you, but I would not be doing it.
Okay. Did either of you guys have BTJ this season? Because also sometimes when you draft that stud, he busts for you. Do you think you're more likely to try and fall in love with him late in the season, or you're just disgusted and you're just benching him?
I definitely think the former. For me at least, I get kind of caught up in it. Like, oh yeah, this is going to be the week he does it. This is finally his week, and but fortunately for me, I didn't get a chance to really draft him in any league. He went.
Yeah, he was too high for me.
And he went before I had a chance in round 2.
Okay. Kenan Doyle? Kenan Oil? Oh, I'm bad at that. Odd CD plays after full participation today. Still in the protocol. Jason, what do you got?
Full participation, yeah, he's definitely.
Definitely, okay. Would you 90%, 80%, or a hundo?
I would say 90% he plays.
90,
as long as there's a chance that something happens and he doesn't clear. But if you're practicing in full on Thursday, you also had the extended bye week because they played last Thursday, so they've had the requisite time off as it is. Like, he's probably
gonna play. Okay, guys. Remember, if you're watching on Twitter, jump over to YouTube so you can subscribe, drop a question. We're rolling here. We're gonna go about maybe 20 more minutes. What about that T. Higgins? And were you guys watching that game? So it looked like he got concussed. He grabbed his head and was like, ah. And then came back, played, scored, and then got put in concussion protocol on Monday. Have you guys ever seen that before?
What did he look like?
I
did. Wow.
The Giants tried to pull a fast one in that Thursday night game against the Eagles with Dart,
right.
With Table and Scatterby running in there and doing that. But no, that's not something you see every day. And I wouldn't be shocked to see the Bengals get a pretty hefty punishment levied on them.
And Higgins can't play this week because his was a Sunday. He doesn't have the extra days like Lamb.
He's actually back at practice, working limited, so he has a chance.
Brian, what?
I can't see him playing. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets taken out another week because I'm pretty sure it's a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be criminal in my opinion if he played this week, but we'll see.
I got Jamar Chase in my big money league playing the Ravens. I need like a 182 touchdown because I'm starting Kirk Cousins and Bryce Young.
For the guy that has CD, pick up Flournoy if he's available, and then you're safe. Like if CD doesn't play, Flournoy I think is a safe option because it's a Sunday night, so you need another option. So I think that's
great.
Fair.
But it's nice too when CD's or one of those two guys when either CD or Pickens has missed time. He's really stepped up big.
Yeah, but they were playing the Lions last week, whoever's one of the worst secondaries in the league. Now they're playing the Vikings, who on paper are essentially one of the best. Like if CD got ruled out at 10 a.m. on Sunday, I wouldn't play Fournette. I'd play somebody else for the matchup.
Yeah, you got time. Yeah,
that's fair.
Okay, Lamar or Purdy? This is the greatest fantasy question of all time. Jason, I'm gonna let you take it. You gonna flex for your boy?
Yeah. So I mean, at the beginning of the season, this would have been like the most laughable question ever, but now we're in a legit debate. However, sorry, Brock, I love you. Great matchup. I feel like they're still going to ride the running game a lot this week for the Niners. And Lamar finally bounced back. I feel like he's going to put it together again this week and finally cook the Bengals the way he was supposed to. So I'm going Lamar.
Okay. Brian?
The model surprisingly has Brock, but after watching Lamar last week, I just think he seemed to be moving a bit better in the pocket. He was willing to leave a bit more in the pocket. I think Lamar gives you a better week-winning chance.
Yeah, because it's tough. Because guess how many passing touchdowns Lamar has in his last 4 games?
2. Yeah, he literally threw his first touchdown in 4 weeks on Sunday.
So then 1.
Yeah, so I think 1. Yeah.
1 right? Yeah. So 1.
1. Yeah. Right. That's crazy. Right. But he rushed 7 times for 43 yards. He had a rushing touchdown. So and the Bengals, right? It's the matchup. Like if it was Baltimore at Houston, I think we'd be smashing Purdy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, I think you got. I mean, is there a floor ceiling argument? I mean, because Purdy, Tennessee's freaking terrible, right? And they're pretty good against running backs, right? 26 running back points allowed, so maybe they're a bit of a pass funnel. But is it you got to chase that Lamar? 3 touchdowns to tight ends.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other interesting thing about the Niners for this weekend too, and it's something to pay attention to.
Is it really going to be that interesting?
Yeah, I am. Kyle Juszczyk is playing with broken ribs. The Niners are 2 yards carry better when Juszczyk is on the field versus when he's not. And I don't know. Sounds like he's trending towards playing, but I don't know how effective he's going to be. So that could also hinder. Obviously, you're never going to bench CMC, but it could cause the Niners to pass more.
Okay, yeah, because I love Purdy. So, quick Niners before we get to this question. So, I think Juwan Jennings is must start. I like Jennings over almost all the wide receivers we've talked about because the matchup. I think he scored in 3 of 4 or 4 or 5. Ricky Pearsall kind of sucks, and Tennessee's giving up the 6th most wide receiver points, right? Yeah. Would you play Jennings Jennings over Addison? All the guys we mentioned, but not Justin Jefferson, right?
I wouldn't put Jennings over any of the true wide receiver ones, but I would play Jennings as a very high-end wide receiver too.
Okay. Brian, do you have any Jennings a stat here in your model?
I can double check. I don't. Let's pull him up. I have him and Pearsall both around 11 in PPR, full PPR.
Okay. Jennings has scored in 4 of the last 5. That's reliable to me. That's a Jacoby Myers. Jacoby Myers or Jennings? That would be freaking tough for me.
Jacoby Myers.
Okay. And then Jay, still quick on Ricky Pearsall because I know you could just probably go forever. What can you do? You can't start him, right? Who are you starting him over?
Well, I actually personally have this conundrum this week because it's either him or Michael Pittman.
Oh.
Yeah, right.
That's ugly.
Thanks to Drake London's surgery. Yeah. I want to die. No. I feel like I got to start Ricky this week. I feel like the bye week finally bounces back. He's due. He's so due. But
he's the most due. We should do the all due team.
He's the most due, but Ricky's second.
Okay, so this goes to our Colts talk here. So JT fantasy production this week, right? If you had Jonathan Taylor, you advanced to best ball. If you have him, you're probably a top 2 seed, unless you really bungled your draft. We're obviously starting him, but it's he's probably not going for 3 touchdowns, right?
No, he's you kind of hope for RB2 production at this point. I feel like 12 points is a win this week against that Seattle defense.
Yeah, he's just going to be touchdown dependent. You just really got to hope he breaks one.
Well, because it's really, if Rivers is there, they're going to stack the box, press the receivers. Rivers isn't going to be sitting in the pocket. He's going to be trying to hit quick outs. I assume those corners are going to try and jump in the routes, right? So it's gonna be ugly. But
Yeah, like for reference, I'm pretty sure I had him over 20 points last week, and he's at 13 this week in the projection. So like 13 is a startable option, but that's less than Tyrone
Wow.
Truth.
So let's say if you were in best ball, would you rather have Jonathan Taylor this week or not? Because if you don't have him, and maybe 50% of the teams in your league do, you're going against a guy who might put up a dud.
Yeah, no, that's a really good point. Like that is a game changer in a lot of. I'm actually now going to go check my best ball leagues and who's in there because I feel like they all have Jonathan Taylor. And I do not.
This guy's so high, is what I'll say.
Yeah.
Okay. Arthur, he's back. Okay, pick 2, flex, Devontae Smith, Wandale Robinson, T. Higgins, Dalton Kincaid, or Tyler Warren. Wow. Let's assume T is out, but maybe we can put him in later. I love the Wandale spot. Jason, where are you at?
Very big on Wandale as well, and I do like Tyler Warren here.
You do? Okay. Why do you like Tyler Warren?
Somebody's got to catch the ball, and somebody's going to get catches. And you said the Seahawks are what, 5th most points against tight ends? So, yeah, I'll play the numbers there.
Okay. And what about, they said he's the emergency QB. What if Rivers gets hurt early and then, Leonard gets hurt? Like, there's a chance Tyler Warren's throwing the ball.
Exactly. He can do that anyway. So, yeah, his versatility alone bumps his value for me.
Where did Warren go to college?
Penn State.
Did he QB there?
He threw some passes there, but he did not quarterback. They
Wow.
maybe should have like quarterback because Drew Aller is garbage. But
So we probably see some Warren Wildcat in this game, right? I'd say you could almost bank on it.
I would expect it.
Okay. Brian? What does it do for you here? I know you love your Devontae.
I mean, is it pick 2 flex and 1 tight end?
No, I think it's just 2 flex.
Oh. Okay, below he says pick 2 and 1.
Oh.
But I don't know. Maybe he just has the same team everywhere. But because between T and Cat, like T's not playing.
I'm gonna close my door. Go ahead.
Yep. In this, I would do. I'm definitely doing Tyler Warren over Dalton Kincaid. I think that Kincaid is going to be a little increase in value after last week playing against Cincinnati. So I'm just going Tyler Warren there. The 2 flex, I'm going Wandale. I don't love that Carolina matchup, but I think Wandale is like number 1 out of all 5 of those players to me.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's getting 7 catches for 34 yards, so you're getting yourself basically like free 10 right there at least.
Yeah.
It's a good team, though. I mean, I like that team. So, are you guys excited? Like Tyler Warren, you're excited to play this week, even though everyone else in the Colts is almost like a bench, other than Taylor, obviously.
I'm not excited to play Tyler Warren, but when you draft a guy like Tyler Warren, you're drafting him to play him every week.
Yeah, well, yeah. He's my tight end too in most leagues because I took a league. But it's like he hasn't been that great, right? He's tight end 31, tight end 11, tight end 14 last 3 weeks, right?
Yeah, but like look at every good tight end. Like they kind of bounce up and down. For the season, he's still a trustworthy guy. Like a lot of tight end is just, did you score a touchdown that week?
Yeah.
If you did, you're a top 12 tight end. If you didn't, you're probably not. And if you're a top 12 tight end without scoring a touchdown, to me that means, oh, this is actually a good tight end. So I think he's a good tight end. I mean, okay, would you start realistically? Isaiah Likely was on the bench or on the waivers. Would you pick him up, drop another player, and play him over Warren?
Yeah, I play Likely over everyone. Like you can't name a player I play over Isaiah Likely. Like that's how much I love him this week.
Brock Bowers.
I know you're gonna do something stupid and name like CMC.
I stuck to tight end, Brock Bowers.
Yeah, no, I'm playing Likely. Because the Philly's great versus tight ends, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I shut Gadsden down the other night.
So yeah, no, if Isaiah Likely's on the wire, burn it all, do whatever it takes. I play Isaiah in a super flex league. I would play Likely over half the QBs. I go too far for you, Brian?
Yeah, you're stressing me a little bit.
Okay. All right, Ken Dole, how do we feel about the Niners defense? Do we think Tennessee can score points or garbage time points? Jason, take us away.
Tennessee can definitely put up points. Like, look, the Niners defense, now without obviously Bosa and Warner, it's been this way for a while, is bend, don't break. I think Cam Ward can get some points against them. The Niners don't pressure the quarterback. They don't get a ton of sacks. They just kind of know when to stop it at least a little bit. But I think Tennessee can get theirs, especially in garbage time. So I'm not too comfortable playing the Niners defense.
Yeah, they're pretty bad in all these metrics. 8th most QB points, 9th most wide receiver, 20 running back, 2nd most tight end points. So maybe Chig. But I mean, Tennessee. Would you play Niners defense? Like, what's a defense you would sneaky stream this week? Because obviously Seattle, Houston, Denver, they're not going to be on the wire.
I mean, yeah, I think they're a streamable defense, but I don't know if you guys remember what my hammer the over was last week.
No.
It was hammer the over of Cleveland, Tennessee, which was 33.5, and the over was 60. I think we were at 64 in that game. So, I mean, I think if they score, it's going to be garbage time, but there's not many other matchups I like more than that. Pick up the Eagles defense. I would trust them.
Yeah, because Gino's not going to play, right? It's going to be Kenny Pickett. Would you play Minnesota defense, playing Dallas, but the Minnesota defense is elite? Would you play them over Niners defense? No.
No. Like, there's how many – who has more likelihood to get a pick six? That's how you win your league with the defense, and it's definitely whoever's playing Cam Ward over Dak.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, we're going to go just a couple more minutes here, guys. So if you're on Twitter, jump over to YouTube, get your question in. And then we're going to get Jason's props. Okay, at Frosty, Dart or Purdy? Okay, 4-point TD. Feels like Purdy won't have to throw as much, and Dart going to be Dart again. Okay, yeah, I'll answer your own question, but Brian, any lean here? Is it easy?
I have Dart by 1.5, so.
If it was 6-point touchdown, would you go? Would that make you more Purdy?
Yeah.
Okay. Jason, has Purdy been running at all?
No, not really. But he's also only played 2 games, since coming back from the injury. The first one was obviously complete and utter ass, to put it lightly. He was a lot better in the game against the Browns, but he really wasn't running. But he did have a rushing touchdown in that game.
Yeah, it's tough. What defense would you rather go against? Is Tennessee or Washington? They're both brutal.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take it. Considering, can we factor in where the game is being played?
They're both at home. Why?
I'm saying, I'd rather go against Tennessee at home right now, with the weather in Northern California being probably better than the weather in East Rutherford, New Jersey.
Okay. So maybe wait to see what the weather's going to be, but
yeah, I think Northeast. I mean, I'm in Maryland, and it's supposed to get snow here on Sunday, so 2 to 4 inches. So that could also be working its way up to the Northeast in New York too.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say health, maybe that's the thing, but Purdy's been hurt all year because Dart could just get a concussion. He's crazy.
Dart, yeah, he needs to learn how to protect himself a little bit. But I know at this point, he won't learn that. So, yeah, I like Brock. I think Brock's a lot better at protecting himself, and I like Brock in this situation.
Yeah, I love Brock. Okay, Jace, what do we got? What do we got tonight? So we got Falcons, Bucks. Fantasy playoffs start tonight. My season will be over or not, depending on if Kirk Cousins goes for 4 touchdowns.
Okay, so 4 props, 2 from each team, courtesy of DraftKings, unofficial sponsor of the show. We got Baker, 250 plus passing yards, plus 194.
Ooh, I like that. That's a great way to kind of bet on all these Tampa receivers.
Yeah, exactly. If we're not comfortable, just take them all. We got Bucky, 70 plus rushing yards, plus 159. That's a very nice.
Wow.
Very nice value. And then on the Falcons side, we have 2 Bijan prop bets. 50 plus receiving yards, plus 135. And then 100 plus rushing yards, plus 306.
Wow. I guess says he just hasn't been getting much rushing. What's he got?
People that are due for a big rushing game, Bijan is due.
Yeah, he had 142 2 weeks ago. Man, that Jets run D was terrible, eh? 86 for Seattle? Wow, I love that bet.
Yeah.
300 yards plus 300? Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. Brian, you got anything?
I'm just looking at the over-unders and what sticks out. I mean, I feel like the under in the Rams-Lions at 54.5, that feels pretty good. Like
that game
Rams aren't that bad of a defense to be giving up that much.
Yeah, but they might.
They're both pretty
put up
good.
35.
Huh?
They're going to put up 35 in the Lions, right? Like the Lions secondary is a fucking joke.
Yeah, but like the Rams also like when they're up, they have a tendency to just. I mean, now that Quorum and Kyron are both playing great, like they could just run it out. So I like that under.
Wow. Okay. Super against the grain. Okay. I meant more in this game, but is anyone? So are you? Oh, Jason, you have something else?
No, that was it.
What anyone you guys are playing in this game that like maybe isn't on the? You said you're playing Kyle Pitts, but we don't know what we're doing. The Tampa receivers like Rashad White. Algier. Is Algier must start? No. Okay.
Not must. What's Kyle Pitts' touchdown? I'd be curious in that. If it's plus 200, I'm taking that.
Plus 260 is my guess.
I mean, like to me, anything over plus 200, I would be happy to take.
Yeah. And Tampa versus Tampa is mediocre, 12 first tight ends. But that first in QB points allowed, whenever I see first, I'm just like, holy crap. But I know that the weather was bad. They just played Arizona, so that game was kind of weird. But I don't know. I'm just really banking on this Kirk Cousins game, unfortunately. Okay, last question, and we're out. Unless another question comes in. At Matt887, Purdy, Baker, or Trevor Lawrence? This is. I wish this question come earlier. We could spend 10 minutes on this. I'm probably going Baker. I want that tonight action. I want to know what I'm in for. Jason?
I trust Baker tonight too.
Okay.
I think Purdy.
And Purdy's right there. So no lean, like just I like knowing, right? Thursday night, I know what my team, has done. I like Baker and all those wide receivers.
No, I get that. I mean, model has Purdy by a little bit, but I totally understand wanting to get a little action on the island game. So
yeah, right. It's
pretty good option.
Who'd you guys want today? Like rank your guys. It's an open draft for tonight's game. Are you taking Bijan first?
Yeah. I kind of feel Bucky.
Jason?
Yeah, I'm still going Bijan first, but Bucky's a very close second.
Okay, who's third? Is it that loser Kyle Pitts?
I mean, if you're taking into account like positional value, I think it's Kyle Pitts, but I don't think he's going to be I think one of the receivers, like probably at Buka from a point standpoint, I think I would go with third.
Really? Buka over the vets?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, prediction for tonight. I'm going to say Atlanta 38, Tampa 31. Kirk throws for 400 yards and 7 touchdowns. Wow. No, it's just what I need.
I think the Bucs win 31-17.
31-17, big Buck win. Okay.
I'll go 27-20 the Bucs.
27-20 Bucs. Okay. I hate having to need Kirk Cousins. I wish I had Drake, man. I hate all Drake.
I wish I had Drake too, man. Trust me, I got him on a couple teams, and losing him sucks.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for us. Make sure to come in back Sunday. We'll be doing the full slate. Maybe everyone will come on. We'll have a giant jumbo pod. Until then, thanks a lot, and best of luck to anyone playing guys tonight and the rest of the week. Cheers.